I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but he's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
and Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands. Styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford.
Joe Rogan recently gave his thoughts on a hypothetical Floyd Mayweather versus Terence Crawford fight. He praised Mayweather as one of the most gifted boxers ever, stressing how dominant he was during his prime years. Rogan pointed out that many fans forget the level of opposition Floyd consistently beat. When measuring him against Crawford, Rogan admitted it would be a close call, but emphasized that Floyd's defensive brilliance and unmatched ring intelligence would make him nearly unbeatable, even against a talent like Crawford.
Floyd was in his prime. That would have been fucking incredible to see which style superior.
Yeah.
Because Floyd would move towards you like this. He would just get right up on you. It would just show you how good Floyd really is.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the best.
Analysts have acknowledged Mayweather's place in boxing history, recognizing his Hall of Fame resume and career that stands second to none. Still, they also credited Terence Crawford as today's pound-for-pound #1 fighter. Both men dismantled Canelo Alvarez in different stages of his career, which makes the comparison complicated since they each showcased dominance in unique ways. Picking between them is almost impossible, as both symbolize boxing greatness at the highest level.
Crawford won, in my opinion, 10 rounds to 2. If you want to be, generous, 9 rounds to 3. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Clearly. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands. Styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford. And he stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And he believed it. He put his money where his mouth is. And it held to be true, period. So, again, and I hate to do this and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people try their best to try to pit Terence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez better? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The fact remains is this. They both outclassed him. They both won in dominant fashion, and styles make fights, right? And the style that Terence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different, is too much for Canelo Alvarez, period. Point blank and period.
Bob Arum weighed in on the dream fight between Mayweather and Crawford, siding with Crawford even if the bout happened during Floyd's peak. He explained that Crawford brings a rare mix of adaptability, speed, and fight intelligence. Arum believes these traits separate him from others in modern boxing. He added that Crawford's ability to adjust on the fly would give him an advantage, even against a defensive genius like Mayweather.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why? Just
because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Trainer Greg Hackett broke down why Canelo Alvarez himself admitted Crawford's win over him carried more weight than Mayweather's. Hackett argued that when Floyd fought Canelo, the Mexican star was still young and inexperienced at the elite level. On the other hand, when Crawford faced him, Canelo was already a polished and established champion. This, Hackett said, is why Canelo considered Crawford's victory more meaningful, as it came against a matured and stronger version of himself.
Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. What's your thoughts on his statement, and do you agree with the sentiment?
Him saying that, I can't say he's capping. I can't, because I don't know what he felt. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23. I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said that. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. We're not going to ever see Bud versus Floyd. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see that fight, but I know we're not going to see it. But I can only take Canelo's word because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying it. I do give Bud his credit though for beating Canelo, and Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was back then. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud took maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added that to his repertoire for this fight.
Commentators Simon Jordan, Adam Smith, and Duke McKenzie revisited the atmosphere before Mayweather's showdown with Canelo. At the time, Canelo was undefeated, naturally bigger, and many believed Floyd was taking the bigger risk at 36 years old. Analysts predicted Canelo's size and youth might finally hand Floyd his first defeat. Instead, Mayweather completely shut him down with his defensive wizardry, controlling the fight and delivering a masterclass that proved all the doubters wrong.
Terence Crawford, they were all the question marks. Could he do that? Could he cope with the power of Canelo Alvarez, who's adapted now and had to adjust in his career? He now throws single shots. And that's why it was the calculated gamble. Well, it wasn't really a gamble because me and Simon called it from the beginning. That we go, Mayweather ticks every department. You go, the only thing that people are hedging their bets on is that Canelo's the bigger guy, but he wasn't really anyway.
Nah.
You can see because Crawford come down from 185 anyway. You can see the physicality's in there. He was all the size of Canelo.
As we'd said long before this fight, I just think styles make fights. In Canelo's style, this style of Canelo was suited for Crawford. Because he can't throw combinations anymore. There's no more head movement from Canelo.
Yeah.
He tries to walk people down and hit you all over the body and all over the head if he can, but he can't put his combination. He can't sustain the combinations. And what really impressed me about Crawford was the fact that it was a question of like he didn't want to trade off early with Canelo. He traded late with Canelo because he couldn't take his power early. So in the early rounds, it was just pity-patting and just tapping him, kept spinning him, kept turning him and driving him mad. And then in the later rounds, as Canelo started to fade, from round 7, round 8, as the pace got a little bit slower, then Crawford's confidence, he was confident enough within himself to stand and trade with him. Yeah. And even when he got on his side, he was hitting him with like 3s and 4s, hard shots, constant shots, and just kept spinning him, kept turning him. And Canelo didn't really know where he was. And another great thing about Crawford, stayed southpaw throughout the whole fight. Yeah. And Canelo admitted after that he couldn't handle a southpaw.
Couldn't work it out whatsoever.
Adam, we had Paulie Malignaggi on the show the other day with myself and Jim, and I want you to have a listen to what he had to say and see what you think of it.
I think Canelo has been, for a while, a diminishing fighter.
Former champion Shane Mosley, who fought both Mayweather and Canelo, offered insight few others could, based on first-hand experience. Mosley explained that Floyd's style gave him the edge in every department over Canelo. He highlighted Floyd's unmatched timing, ability to read opponents, and supreme ring control, even when pressured by bigger, stronger fighters. Mayweather's intelligence and adaptability allowed him to nullify threats with precision. While Canelo is elite in power and skill, Mosley insisted he couldn't match Floyd's ability to dictate fights. Having faced both, Mosley firmly placed Floyd on a higher level as the more complete fighter.
He's everything, man. He's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I was surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's been really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather, but who did you think was better out of Canelo and Mayweather?
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas Canelo had more power and placed the shots probably better. No, he didn't place the shots better. He was just younger and placed the shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well.
Another take focused on the generational shift between the two greats. Mayweather is universally respected as an all-time great, but some believe Crawford would be the one to prevail if they fought today. The argument comes down to timing. Floyd already ruled his era, while Crawford now commands this one. Every legendary boxer has his moment, and in today's era, it is Crawford who wears the crown as the sport's most dominant figure.
You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, it's, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had. Crawford, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really etched himself into the Mount Rushmore conversations.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the GOATs.
Joe Rogan also admired Floyd Mayweather for his discipline outside the ring. He noted that despite wealth, fame, and constant distractions, Floyd stayed consistent and maintained peak condition throughout his career. Many athletes lose their focus, but Floyd never allowed ego or lifestyle to ruin his performance. Rogan added that if Crawford ever faced Mayweather in his prime, it would truly test Crawford's greatness, showing just how high a standard Floyd had set.
The idea of pulling up at a yacht is the end. It's the opposite of what everybody tells you about fighting. The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, you know, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up.
He does.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
But through that balling night, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always training.
Trainer Abel Sanchez shared his opinion on Crawford's current place in boxing. He said Crawford has achieved true superstar status not only through victories, but also by the caliber of opponents he has beaten in dominant fashion. For Sanchez, Crawford's rise and recognition as a global star are fully deserved, solidifying him as one of the finest fighters of the modern era.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
Crawford's longtime trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre declared that following Crawford's most recent triumph, there should no longer be debate over who rules boxing today. He insisted that Crawford is the best fighter of this generation, citing his technical mastery, dominance across weight classes, and ability to overcome every test. In Bomac's view, Crawford has already proven enough to be recognized as the face of his era.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so
yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he has this point now in his career where he can do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't care. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
Rob Aosta reacted to Crawford's performance with admiration, saying he would never doubt him again. He explained that Crawford repeatedly silences critics no matter how tough the opponent is. Each time fans expect him to struggle, he delivers a flawless showing instead. Aosta's comments echoed a larger sentiment within the boxing community. Crawford has earned unwavering respect as a relentless and unstoppable champion.
I stood on it, and I'm not going to change what I said in the past or anything. I didn't think he could pull it off. He did. And not only did he pull it off, he did it. He's phenomenal. Like, he did it. He did everything right. Like, it's like he fought a perfect fight. He banged with him when he needed to. He boxed him when he needed to. He established the jab. He kept the southpaw. He kept him frustrated. I got nothing, bro. I tell you what, I would never go against that man again. Doing that shit. That shit was crazy. But I do want to give a credit to those that deserve it. Like, Terence deserved full credit for his abilities, for his IQ, Bomac for his coaching. And, you know, Bomac told him to stay southpaw. He wanted to come out orthodox. Bomac told him to stay southpaw because of what Canelo was weak at.
Terence Crawford himself has also spoken about the fantasy matchup with Mayweather. With full confidence, he stated that if they fought during Floyd's prime, he would come out on top. This statement reflects not just self-belief, but the competitive drive that has fueled his success. While debates continue among fans, Crawford's own certainty about his abilities shows the level of conviction he has in his place among boxing's greats.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm going to always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Former champion Andre Ward, a close ally of Crawford, shared a thoughtful perspective. Instead of pushing Crawford to pursue more fights or hypothetical matchups, Ward suggested now could be the perfect time to retire. He argued that Crawford has already cemented his place among the legends, moving through divisions, beating top opposition, and delivering performances that will be remembered. Ward warned that many fighters damage their legacies by staying too long for money or pride, risking unnecessary losses. He urged Crawford to walk away at the peak of his powers, preserving his legacy in its purest form as undefeated in spirit and unmatched in respect.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without
it's the perfect send-off.
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for more. Until next time.